Joining us now in Hot Copy is one of the petitioners against the 2025 national budget, former Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez. Good morning, attorney. Welcome to Head Start.
Good morning, Katrina. Good morning to all your viewers, and thank you for inviting me to your program today.
All right, Attorney Rodriguez, let's start with your thoughts with regard to the explanation of some lawmakers that several omnibus provisions in the bicameral report are enough safeguards to guarantee that the printed version of the bill will prevail in case of discrepancies.
Nagsisinungaling yung mga mambabatas na nagsasabing ito'y typographical, grammatical, or merely printing errors. Katrina, pahintulutan mo ako magsalita sa wikang Filipino upang higit man na maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan itong napakasalimuot na usapin ng budget. I'll try to simplify to the best of my ability itong usapin ng budget. Hindi totoo na walang depekto ang ating budget. That's why we went to the Supreme Court. Nag-file tayo ng petition because we believe pagod na ang mga Pilipino. We have to put a stop to this circus. It's time to get serious.
Attorney Rodriguez, sabihin na po natin na mayroon nga di umano, ayon sa inyong camp, na mayroong mga mali o mga illegality doon sa national budget ng 2025. But at the end of the day, if accountability is what we are after, then why not just simply file maybe administrative or criminal cases against those who authorized or signed that bicameral conference committee report?
Because, Katrina, what you're asking is for us to not to do our duty as a citizen. This is criminal. This is falsification of legislative document. At ang gusto ninyo ay pipikit na lamang kami.
No sir, no sir. To clarify.
Alam niyo ba na ang halaga dito ay 6.325 trillion pesos? Hindi tayo pwedeng hayaan lang natin sila because yung GAA is nothing but a fruit of a very poisonous process. They have abandoned a clear constitutional mandate to safeguard every centavo of the Filipino people's money. That is why we have filed a petition before the Supreme Court.
We agree that there may be some irregularities in the budget as you allege.
Good.
But if you are mentioning na there might be a criminal act here, why not go after those who authorized, in your own words, this poisonous process? Why would you hold the budget hostage based on the words of Representative Zia Alonto Adyong?
We are not holding anything hostage here, Katrina. Tinatama natin yung maling-maling ginawa nila. Ito'y malaking kasinungalingan na walang depekto yung budget. And thank you for agreeing with me na maraming provision dito sa final bicameral conference committee report na blanco. Para lang maintindihan ng iyong mga manonood, ang proseso ng budget, hindi po magkakaroon ng enrolled bill kung walang naipasang tama, legal at constitutional na bicameral conference committee final report. Blanco yung report. At yan ay hindi mere typographical or printing error or grammatical error. Kitang-kita dyan sa screen ninyo. Panay blanco, daang bilyong pisong blanco. Hindi natin pwedeng palagpasin ito. Sapagkat ito'y pera ng Pilipino, hindi pribadong pera ng mga mambabatas. That is why nag-file tayo ng petition for certiorari and prohibition before the Supreme Court because we feel na napakaraming violated constitutional provision. And let me just guide our viewers, Katrina, hindi lamang yung blanco, pati yung pagbibigay na zero budget sa PhilHealth ay aming tinalakay dito sa aming petisyon. Sapagkat hindi pwedeng bigyan ng zero budget ang PhilHealth at yan ay labag sa ating saligang batas.
Okay, Attorney Rodriguez, assuming but not conceding that the Supreme Court will heed your request, your petition for certiorari, we will have a reenacted budget. But what will happen to those who signed this bicameral conference committee report? How exactly would they be held accountable when what you are questioning here is the constitutionality of their budget and not the actions of those who approved it?
Tama ka, Katrina. Hindi pa natin mapapanagot yung mga naglagay ng halaga dyan sa blanco. Bakit? Sapagkat patungo pa lang kami ron. At kami naghahanda ng sulat diyan sa Secretary ng House of Representatives at saka diyan sa sekretaryo ng Senado na ibigay sa amin yung pangalan ng mga empleyado na bumubuo ng technical working group o technical working staff. Nang sa ganun ay makita natin kung sino talaga ang dapat nating panagutin in violation of Article 170 of the Revised Penal Code, falsification of legislative document and falsification of legislative proceedings and usurpation of legislative authority. Ito lamang yung mga ilang kaso na isasampa natin. At kawawa yung mga miyembro ng technical working group kung sila maiipit dito. At I suggest sabihin nila yung totoo kung sino talaga ang merong makating kamay na nagsulat ng mga halaga dito sa bakanteng Bicameral Conference Committee final report.
Sir, bakit hindi po ito yung prosesong inuna natin? Why not prepare for this or file this first before actually asking or questioning the constitutionality of the 2025 budget?
I ask you, why not? Why not?
Primarily because if yung constitutionality again po yung kina-question natin, those who will be primarily affected ay yung publiko. Tayong mga taxpayers na makikinabang dito. It's even election year and the budget of the COMELEC may be affected. So why not instead go after those who signed, who approved a bicameral conference committee report that has blanks?
Because we cannot in our conscience let the Marcos administration makalusot dito sa unconstitutional 2025 budget. Pera ito ng mga Pilipino. Pera mo ito, Katrina, pera ko ito. Pera ito ng lahat ng taxpayers at hindi tayo dapat pumayag na gamitin nila ng unlawful, illegal at immoral ang ating buwis na binabayad kada taon. At tama yung sinasabi mo, pananagutin natin lahat ng nakialam dito sa unlawful, unconstitutional, invalid and immoral Bicameral Conference Committee report. Kaya nga kami dudulog uli sa House of Representatives at sa Senado. Susulat kami, hihingin namin yung mga pangalan ng technical working group o technical working staff. Nang sa ganoon, makumpleto natin yung hinihingi nating transparency and accountability. At yung sinasabing paano ang mag-ooperate ang ating gobyerno. Mag-ooperate ang ating gobyerno under a reenacted budget. Huwag ko kayong matakot dahil wala namang developmental content itong 2025 budget, panay politika ito eh. Ito precisely ang ayaw nila. Pag nag-issue ng TRO ang Korte Suprema, mahihinto yung kanilang AYIX, mahihinto yung kanilang AKAP. Yan ang ayaw nila.
Speaking of a reenacted budget, Attorney Rodriguez, we have to acknowledge that if we have a reenacted budget this year, one of the primary beneficiaries of this will be the Office of the Vice President, your ally, Vice President Sara Duterte, because she will have a 2 billion budget compared to the almost zero budget that she would receive under the current 2025 General Appropriations Act. How then do you respond to your critics, particularly in the House of Representatives, who say that what you're doing right now is a sort of strategy to give the OVP, to restore the OVP's budget?
Unang-una, hindi zero budget, Katrina, ang
Almost
OVP
zero
in
budget.
2025. 700 million pesos plus ang budget ng OVP, hindi zero. Pangalawa, sino ba nagko-control ng release ng budget? Hindi ba DBM? Halimbawa, nag-reenacted budget, di wag nyo i-release just to prove to you and to those clowns in Congress na wala kaming pakialam sa budget ng Office of the Vice President. At tanggap na ni Vice President Inday Sara yun. Huwag tayong lumihis sa malaking usapin. 6.325 trillion pesos na budget for 2025, binubudol tayo. Kaya tayo ay nagsampa ng petisyon sa Korte Suprema upang questionin ang legalidad at constitutionality na itong 2025 budget. Alam mo ninyo mga kababayan, alam ng lahat ng sanggunian, kahit ang sangguniang barangay, ang municipal council, ang city council, ang provincial council, marurunong ho ito magpasa ng budget. Yung mga barangay kagawad, yung mga konsihal, yung mga board members, alam nila na hindi pwedeng magpasa ng isang budget, panukalang budget, kung mayroon kahit isang sentimong halaga ng blanco. Buti pa, yung mga barangay council, marunong magpasa ng budget.
Attorney Rodriguez, in your book, Kingmaker, I remember reading it last year. You gave
Thank you.
details on how key personalities in the Marcos administration pushed you out, eased you out of the current government, particularly as executive secretary. How then do you get rid of the impression or insinuations that everything you are doing right now to question the constitutionality of the president's spending bill or spending a spending measure is just some sort of vindictiveness on your part?
It's a clear vindication on the other hand, Katrina, sapagkat kaya ako tumalikod sa aking tinulungang administrasyon na mabuo at sa ngayon naglilingkod bilang Pangulo dahil lihis na yung langdas na kanilang tinatahak doon sa aming ipinangako sa mamamayang Pilipino na kami ay magsisilbi ng tapat at hindi magnanakaw at lalabanan ang korap. Ito'y pagpapatunay na tama yung aking naging desisyon na umalis na lamang bilang Executive Secretary at huwag tanggapin ang aking appointment bilang Presidential Chief of Staff.
Attorney Rodriguez, based on your opinion, sino po ba ang pinaka-liable dito sa mga nangyari sa Bicameral Conference Committee report na may mga blanco? Should it be
Kaya
that?
kami
Go ahead,
gagawa
sir.
ng sulat, Katrina. Nais naming tingnan sino yung bumubuo ng technical working group. At aming pag-aaralan sino ba yung nararapat kasuhan ng kriminal dahil nga merong makating kamay na naglagay ng mga halaga dito sa enrolled bill. Kaya natin sinasabing usurpation, falsification of legislative documents sapagkat nung kanilang pinasa na blanco ito at may naglagay na makating kamay ng mga halaga, nagbago na yung meaning ng bill. Hindi na ito yung original meaning ng bill na ipinasa ng Bicameral Conference Committee. And I think the better question to be asked is why did the BICAM sign an incomplete final Bicameral Conference Committee report? And why did the House of Congress, both the Senate and the House of Representatives, ratified, passed, signed, and filed an incomplete Bicameral Conference Committee report? Yan ang ating hinahanap sa ngalan ng transparency and accountability at yan ang ating papanagutin.
Attorney Rodriguez, speaking of transparency and accountability, will you also push, either before the High Court or elsewhere, that bicameral conferences should finally be held public instead of what is being done in status quo, clandestine meetings between members from the House and from the Senate?
Well, it's up to the court dahil baka sabihin ng court hindi sila pwedeng makialam sa function at workings ng Legislative Department. But tayo, we just go by the Constitution. Wala naman, hindi kasali ang Bicameral Conference Committee sa pagpasa ng budget. Wala silang puwang sa ating saligang batas. Tanging ang House of Representatives at Senado lamang. Ang tanging trabaho ng Bicameral Conference Committee, Katrina, ay i-reconcile yung conflicting figures o di kaya yung mga missing o nadagdagan o nawawala o hindi magkakasundong line items. Yun lamang yan, pero wala silang kapangyarihang iangat yung halaga o palitan yung mga line items na ipinasa na, binalangkas na ng mababang kapulungan at Senado. Walang kapangyarihan ng BICAM at higit sa lahat, walang pakialam yung fourth chamber or fourth house, kung sino man yun, yung naglagay ng halaga dito sa blankong Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Attorney Rodriguez, finally, it's no secret that you're running for the Senate in the 2025 midterm elections. Kapag po ba nakasungkit kayo ng pwesto sa darating na halalan, maaasahan, ano yung inyong stance when it comes to holding bicameral conference committees public?
All out ako dyan, Katrina. Dapat maging transparent sapagkat pera natin yan 6.325 trillion pesos ipapasa ng ganun-ganun na lang. Mas magagaling pa yung mga kakaibigan natin na miyembro ng TODA at yung member ng mga Jeepney Drivers Association, marunong sila magpasa ng kanilang tao ng budget kahit mas higit na maliit yung kanilang pera.
And we will have to leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for making time for us this
Maraming
morning.
salamat.
Former Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez.